Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. Ours is a place where dreams take flight, voices are heard, and stories are shared. This is where cultures meet, connections are formed, and ideas are transformed into action. This is your destination for authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations. We're where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover our world of education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our USA Global TV channel and download our USA Global TV app. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. With heartfelt thanks to our executive producer, Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, music scored by Yifei Tang from Cloud Road Music, creative direction by Paul Garcia, and I'm Al Cini, and I'm very proud to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio family. So join us here at USA Global TV and Radio. Make us your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Thank you for being a part of our global community. Let's inspire together.
Hello and welcome to this episode of The Voice of Healing. I am Reverend Lydia Fougeres, who is your host for this show. This is the new show, actually. This show is in English because I have this show in French. It is called La Voix de la Guérison. So this show will be aired every Monday at 1 p.m. on USA Global TV and Radio. Here we provide high-class education for all our viewers, and we also encourage followers to have access to free content that will help them in their journey on Earth. This episode is about freedom of letting go. We are viewed on USA Global TV and Radio by over 106,000 followers on YouTube. So please subscribe. We are also watched on LinkedIn, X, Facebook, and Instagram. This show is also, as I said, in French for those that do not understand English too much. So next week at the same time, it will be hosted in French, completely in French. So I introduce myself. I am Reverend Lydia Fougeres. I am a Reverend in metaphysics and a world-known author for my series of volumes 111 Reflections for Thy Earth Odyssey, available on Amazon. I am also a spiritual teacher who works on personal transformation, introspection, mindfulness, and compassionate self-discovery. I invite my readers to engage in their life journey through curiosity and clarify a sense of sacred connection through my programs. You can contact me to register to my groups to achieve an exciting spiritual journey. I am also the inventor of the Miracle Mist, which is a spray that purifies spaces by elevating vibrations. The same principle as purification incense blends, but without the scent. You do not have to smudge. It is created to elevate energy, get rid of ghosts if needed, and elevate your vibrations to help meditate, and is available on Etsy. I am also ambassador for equality and a country manager for USA Global TV and Radio and all French countries. I am one of the lucky ones that actually works with Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, who is the founder and the producer of this show. So if you want to have your own show, or if you want to be a guest on Global TV, USA Global TV and Radio, you can contact me at 1-514-582-6882, and I will gladly introduce you to Dr. JACALYN KERBECK so you have your dream come true. So let us explore our subject now. We're talking about letting go. Letting go. Letting go is very, very difficult. But when we think about it, it is not only letting go of people, it is letting go of objects also. It is letting go of memories, of all things that actually may have hurt us, but also happy memories. Because when we want to move forward in life, we have to let go of the past because we cannot open a door if we still have a closed door in front of us. So that is the way we have to be. We have to let go. So I will explain something that happened to me, and you will understand that I know about letting go. Um, when I had a divorce, I actually was quite lost, did not really know what to do. And I was used to actually be accountable to everyone. I never had a bit of freedom. I was accountable to everyone all the time. And I was in Montreal. I was heading to my parents' place. They did not know I was coming, and no one knew I had left my apartment. And all of a sudden, I was on a red light, and I realized that I could go anywhere and decide anything because I was free. I could let go of my marriage. I could let go of my friends, of everything. I could let go and be free and be happy without being accountable to anyone. So I just turned around and I went back to my apartment, got my tent, got my gears, and headed for the United States. And in those days, it was quite easy to cross the line, cross the border, and just go in a retreat. And that is what I did. I did not call anyone, I did not tell anyone. And I went in a retreat for 1 week. And yes, they looked for me, but myself, I just had decided that I was letting go of everything. And I was happy in that retreat, in this silent retreat, and I was letting go. So that was my letting go. Had let go of everything, of my past, of my surrounding. I had let go, and I was the happiest person ever. So letting go can be in many forms. And yes, I had to be accountable when I came back to my parents. Be sure about that. That did not go so well. It has to, something happens sometimes. So that is it. So letting go sometimes is not about an object. Sometimes it is about a person. So I have this memory that I will explain. I had this shirt that belonged to my father, my deceased father. And I was very, very close to my father. And I had decided that I would never let go of that shirt. Never, ever. He used to wear that shirt to work in his garage. So I had decided I would always keep that shirt to keep my father close to me. And all of a sudden, I realized that I did not need the shirt actually to have my father close to me. I'm a medium after all, but it is the same for everyone. So, what I did is that I gave it to someone I loved very much, who admired my father. I gave the shirt to them, so they started working in their garage with my father's shirt on. So I was able to let go, but without having to lose my father. I was able to let go of that object without actually losing myself. I was not guilty. I did not cry, have any guilt about letting go of that object. I just let go. So sometimes letting go comes into different form. Sometimes after the holidays, you realize that you have been around the wrong people for a long time. After you have been surrounded by people that you felt you had obligations to. So that is a good time to realize, will I let go of those people? Will I find happiness for myself? Do I want to feel guilty for the rest of my life? Do I have to continue meeting these people and walking on eggshells? So the holidays are actually a time where there is a lot of cleanup around us when we realize that actually we do not need everyone that we have around us. It is a time actually that we can work on our self respect. When we work on our self respect, we can let go a lot more. We learn that people that do not treat us well or do not talk to us in the right way are people that are toxic. And if we are not a toxic person, we do not need that toxicity because there are so many people that love us in the right way that we do not need to keep toxicity around us. So when we actually learn to let go in the right way, we find happiness. But when we decide to let go, there is sadness to start with. There is always sadness to start with. It is hard to let go. It is extremely difficult. Letting go is a very difficult decision. When we decide, after years and years and years of trauma, to let go of a person or of a group, we just are lost because we are so used to that toxic environment that it is like someone that stops smoking. They need that drama. They actually think that they cannot live without all those dramas around them. So eventually, things calm down and they find peace. They find absolute peace. So when you realize that you will find peace, then you awaken to happiness and joy and you elevate your vibrations. And then good things come to you. That is when you open the door to happiness and high vibrations. You cannot have happiness and high vibration if you have actually boulders that are actually holding to your feet. you are dragged down. So if you are dragged down, you cannot elevate. So when you let go of all those boulders, and then you elevate yourself. And when you elevate yourself, you realize that you meet the right people. You go and you find the right situations. You find happiness. You find the most amazing things in your world. That is when you realize, why on earth did I go on with such toxicity? But it takes a lot of courage to do such a thing. It does take a lot of courage. And courage is something that people do not want us to have. So they will tell us, well, you know what? You will feel alone. You will feel that, if we are not around, well, what will you do? If they are not around, someone else will be around, actually. So that is it. If they are not around to fill in the gaps, we will fill the gaps with positive people. We will fill the gaps with people that are loving towards us, not bringing us down. As I used to say, don't bring yourself down because others are taking care of it. So do not talk mean about yourself because others are taking care of it. So you do not have to bring yourself down. Others are doing the job. So you should always talk in beautiful, loving words about yourself because that is the way you will elevate. That is really the way it will elevate. You see, letting go is a liberation, such a liberation. You feel free. You feel you can find happiness again. And when you have let go, sometimes things happen to you that you never even knew existed. You realize that, you can breathe on your own and the air is fresh. And then you can do new things where you were actually losing time trying to be loved by a group. And then you realize you have all this wonderful time to yourself to start loving yourself, to find yourself. You can be your own mentor. So that is it. You can actually be the person that chooses yourself. And when you choose yourself, actually, happiness comes. Because when you let people come before you, you cannot be loving towards you. Because the thing is that you make them go first. So you are always last. You are never priority on your list. But when you actually make them a priority, do they make you a priority? That is what you have to ask yourself. Who makes me a priority in their life? I have lost years in my life waiting upon someone that actually did not make me their priority, telling me they were working on our happiness. And I was working on something else. So I was just believing this semi lie. I was believing it. And then the years went by, and I was still not doing anything about it. And one day I decided I had enough. So I had decided I had enough. And that person, when they saw I was slipping away, they said, well, we have to get married. And I said, no. I said, you have made me so aware that I can do everything on my own, that I do not need anyone else now. I am able to be and to cope on my own. So thank you. So I thank the person. I thank the person to actually not making me a priority. And that was a really wonderful awakening. I did not feel I had lost 10 years. I actually felt that I was able to work on myself for 10 years. If I had been in a relationship all this time, I would have made the person a priority and not been able to work on myself. So that is what happens. So people, most mothers actually make their children a priority. But what is left when the nest is empty? What is left? They are left alone. They have to face their husbands if they still have the husband. And they are lost. They do not know one another. And they have trouble letting go and letting their children live their lives. This is very difficult. Sometimes there will be a divorce because they lived for their children and realized that as a couple, they are strangers. They had changed so much that actually they do not correspond to one another's need. And that is what happens. It is quite rare, actually, that it will bring them together when the children leave. They have had to make their couple a priority when they had children. So that is something that people have to work on. They have to work on their couple. They have to work on their happiness. They have to understand that children are only lent. They have to understand that when your children leave, you should celebrate. You should be actually very happy that your children are now on their own, they're independent, you succeeded in making them independent. And then after that, you celebrate the fact that they are capable of handling their life at their best. So that means you have succeeded. So when you succeeded, you should be proud of yourself. But there are times when the children does not succeed in life. It is not necessarily your fault. Some children have more difficulty than others. That is the way it works. Why do you have 3 children out of 4 that succeed, but you raise them all the same? This is it. The children make their choices. So you, as a parent, you have to let go. You have to stop asking yourself, what did I do for them actually to have such a difficult life? It is not you. If you succeeded your life and your children have a difficult life, you do not have to ask yourself if you succeeded or not. You have to ask yourself, are they making the effort or not? If you have made the effort to succeed, they are responsible for making the effort to succeed also. The upbringing is not everything. The upbringing is something that actually helps them start their life. The choices are what they do. As I always say, there are no bad people. There are only people that take bad decisions. That is the way it is. Some take bad decisions all the time. So when you actually have not succeeded when you're with your children, and you have not succeeded doing what you do best, well, you have to forgive yourself. You have to say that you gave your 100% because you have to free yourself of all that guilt. You have to recognize also that the attachment is a tool. It's a memory. It's a crutch. It's really a crutch. If you have, let's say, an object, I will give you an example. I have a nephew that gave me an object when he was something like 4 years old, and now he is 43. And it is a brooch, but that brooch says, I love you. And I was thinking to myself, I would be so sad if I lost the brooch. But it is not the brooch, actually, that gives me the love of my nephew. Actually, it is my nephew. So the brooch actually does not mean anything. It just reminds me of the day he gave it to me, how happy I was. But it also reminds me that he loves me, but I do not need an object to remember him. So when you actually just hold on to something so bad that you think you cannot live with that object, you have to understand that is why people actually collect, keep, do not throw anything, do not give anything away to, we will say, the Salvation Army. They do not give things away to the Salvation Army because they keep the memory. But the memory actually is in yourself, is in your head, is in your memory. So you do not lose your memories if you give your objects. Actually, the thing is that you help others if you give whatever you have that is not necessary anymore. You help others that are in need. And if you have time to give to as a volunteer, please do it. Because the thing is that, the time that you were losing taking care of people that were not good to you, you can actually volunteer that time and use it for people that actually are good to you. And you make a good action. You take care of others. And at the same time, you take care of yourself because you find happiness doing it. So that is where it goes. You find happiness in a group that actually means love, because volunteering is love. That is also the thing is sometimes we feel we are not enough. Well, what is being enough? What does being enough really mean? Well, if you fit the description, you actually compare yourself to others. So you are already enough because you're yourself. So you do not have to be enough by comparing yourself to someone else, because those people have not walked your walk. They have not lived your life, and they have not made the efforts that you made to actually be where you are at. Sometimes your life was more difficult. Sometimes life was actually easier. It all depends on where you stand. But when you stand in an area where life brings you happiness, you can actually feel that you are enough. You can actually feel, well, what can I do for myself? What can I do to be happier? What can I do to be enough for myself? What can I do to impress myself, not others? So when you do things to impress yourself and not others, that is where you find happiness. That is where it justifies the mean of the effort for yourself, not for others. When you are happy doing something difficult, just because you want to achieve something, a goal for yourself and not others, well, you are a person that actually is enough, already enough. So you do not have to worry about that. So if being enough was a checklist, so is it a state of presence? Is it showing off? Is it being perfect? Or is it, I don't really know what being enough is, because I will never be enough. But the thing is that you are already enough. The thing is that you have to understand that you are already enough. So that is the way it is. So that is the way we should think. We should think letting go is the way to go to find happiness. And we should understand that happiness is not with any objects or ourselves. And what I do is that I write books on self-discovery of oneself that are called 111 Reflections for Thy Earth Odyssey. And they are actually on Amazon for sale. I have tome 1 and 2, and tome 3 are actually coming out very soon. I actually said that I invented the miracle mist that is patent pending, which is available on Etsy. And I also invented an incense, interesting incense, to find your perfect mate. It is actually, I was told that it brings a lot to the person, that they find their mate. I would not say it works all the time, because I did not try it for myself. I found the love of my life without trying the perfect mate incense, and that is the way it went. I also have a line of jewelry that will be on sale on Etsy.com. And I invite you to follow my programs, to join in my programs on your self-discovery, because finding your true self through a journey, either with me alone or others, since I am a registered nurse, holistic nurse, I have a background in psychiatry. So I can help. But I actually also believe that the medical system is a very good system. So if I feel that you need medical assistance, I will redirect you to the medical system. There is also the fact that if you want to actually have your own show or be a guest on USA Global TV and radio and talk to Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, I invite you to join me at 1-514-582-6882, and I will make it possible for you to have your own show or to be a guest. I also will actually do my show every second week in French, La Voix de la Guérison, which is this show, but it will be translated. I will have it because I am perfectly bilingual in French. So you can join me also on Instagram at REV Lydia Fougeres, Reverend Lydia Fougeres. You can join me at Instagram, and my company is called Holy and Holy on Etsy. So if you really want to talk to me or have a program with me, I invite you to send me a message, and I will make it possible for you to be part of our wonderful family at USA Global TV and have everything that you need to start your new career as a host or as a guest. Thank you for being there. Namaste.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. JACALYN KERBECK. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.